And welcome back to the Don't Make This Weird podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Heather, and with me, as always, I have Tony hanging out in the captain's chair tonight, today, this evening, tonight,
I'm turning
whatever.
Some knobs.
Oh, I never felt so disturbed. Oh, man, oh, man. So, yeah, we've got a special guest tonight. We also have Nate hanging out in the studio and Hope hanging out in the studio.
Should totally go to the room cam so we can see everybody.
I hate the room cam because it looks very weird.
Okay, well.
I'm just going to be honest. And
He's trying to figure out which one it is.
yeah, it's going crazy.
Oh, son of a bitch.
So,
There we go.
it flashed before my eyes here. We have the unknown artist.
Howdy.
Oh, and he doesn't sound like he's even on microphone. We are professionals, just letting you know.
Try that.
And it's on me.
Mike.
Hello.
There we
Hey,
go.
there you are.
Do you love
It
me?
is like slow,
Can
sad.
you learn to love me?
No.
You were drawing Bailey's from a shoe.
Wait.
You ever suck dick for crack?
So Candy's already chiming in saying hello, family. Hey, Candy, how's it going? Glad you're joining us tonight. We are
Yes.
on YouTube and on Twitch.
What are you doing over there?
All over the. He's doing that. So, how's it going, everybody? Like, how do I follow up that nut?
do you ever just come to our show and
Not me. No. Nope. Not experienced that on the show. No. So that's the nut button.
Don't ask.
don't ask?
I don't know. I don't know what happened before I got here. I know I took a nap. I'm just gonna say it, but
Well,
uh-oh.
what are you doing?
He's
Are you breaking stuff?
he's just sitting there.
All right, let's go to
Button,
some
button,
hotkeys
button.
here.
All right, let's do some hotkeys.
Hotkeys. Where
Anyway,
are the hotkeys?
How's it going? How are you doing?
It's going pretty good.
Good. The unknown artist is all over the interwebs and helping us get all over the interwebs as
I've been
well.
helping you guys a lot the past
Oh,
couple
Oh,
weeks.
God,
gosh.
yes.
I am surprised that you still have such lovely curls happening. Like you didn't pull them out and we're just over it.
Drill
Honestly.
sergeanting you guys lately.
To the point to today where we're working on stuff and you're like, Heather, I'm not mad. I'm not
I'm not mad, I promise. I'm just, you
Just
you
like,
see these
what?
angry eyes.
Right. There's like popping out of your head. I'm like, why does
Like,
this bring back
Mrs.
bad
Big
memories?
Bane?
Right.
Mrs. Potato Head. Don't forget your angry eyes.
There you go. Nice. But yeah, he's been helping us get on Twitch and everything else, working on our graphics. I know some of the people have seen it. Some of our top fans have seen the new graphics, and
Yeah, we're
Are
on
loving
social
it.
media like a whore.
we're all over the place.
That joke was made earlier.
All over. But the viewers didn't hear it.
No, they didn't.
I actually
yeah.
got you to make the new profile picture, though. I made that banner for you on YouTube, but you made the new profile picture.
I did?
Yeah.
What
I
was-
showed. We did it together, so it counts.
It's all a blur. Because
I know.
everything.
It was 12 hours.
Which day?
And 5 of those, I was like at my house with you guys on a phone call, and I'm over there just going, I'm so glad they can't see me right now because I'm like,
Heather, are you still listening?
No,
I'm
my
here.
favorite part.
I'm
Is,
here.
my favorite part is we're feverishly working on this thing for like an hour for this one section, and Heather's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go." And I'm like, "We ask you for some." Oh, my bad.
We asked you for
I'm so
pictures like 2
tired.
hours ago.
I'm just like, all right, nobody's saying anything, so I'm good. Bye, guys. See ya. Speaking of that, I'm gonna go
we
over
need the
and-
login.
Yeah.
Oh, all right then. That's the fun thing about adrenal fatigue and whatever else I got going on.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
So before we get into all of this craziness, how was your week?
Well, I went to the dentist.
Yeah?
That's always a joy.
How did that go?
Actually, I really like this dentist, even though he ripped some teeth out of my head, which sounds very barbaric.
Did
but
he at least buy a coffee first?
No.
No.
And coffee's my thing. But Farmer Christina Beecher took me. And
Love
before
Farmer
then,
Christy.
like for the first time ever going to a dentist appointment, I was really chill. She like distracted me with like filters and pictures, and she's just like, let's take some pictures. I'm like, okay. I felt really happy beforehand. Then she posted them, and her husband's
It's a
like,
trap.
yeah, her
It's a
husband's
trap.
like, you guys are so weird. And I'm like, yeah, I'm on a show called Don't Make This Weird. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, for about hour or
Put
two.
the cookie down.
For about an hour or two, I was really bumming because the numbness wore off. I'm like, this is really horrible. But then I like powered through it and was good. Probably the quickest that I have actually healed from having to have a procedure like that done.
So
And a
let me,
wisdom tooth taken out.
let me get this straight. You didn't start Fight Club in the dentist office.
I wanted to.
So you go through all of this surgery and everything,
Mhm.
and Nate doesn't even offer you some marshmallows.
Mm-mm. I bought those for him.
Dick
No.
move banner.
I understand. It's his Christmas present. Like, he was so excited when I brought this. We got to put this on camera here.
Good.
If you can bring
Get
it
it.
over
Where's-
here.
Hit the room camera.
Oh, hit the room cam. You hit the room
There
cam.
you go.
He's literally sitting over there,
Just this big bag of marshmallows
Yeah.
from,
getting marshmallow
Amazing.
dust on his taint.
Oh,
Nut.
so, I don't even know how to come back from that. But yeah, so I did that finally. But it's all a part of trying to get my health in order and get everything together. It's just something I've been putting off for a while. And it was very clear that it's been put off for a while because they were like, oh, there's a lot of infection there. And I didn't even realize that that was happening. So, and then he's like, you want to see it? I'm like, no, I don't want to see that. Mm-mm. But
So Adam was false when he said you had the surgery of an addictomy.
no, what? What's even happening?
I don't
Get
know.
out of here.
Well, I
your
mean,
your
he-
dad joke is weak.
What?
Weak.
Weak
Weak.
sauce.
See, he knows.
Lame.
But yeah, other than that, though, really good week. Did a pre-record for Survivor Girl today
Yeah.
because Super Bowl Sunday is going to be happening and a party is going down at the Man Cave with 3OF.
Yeah, but we're gonna be working for the
Yeah.
first 2 days.
Right. So, yeah.
So I'm
No.
just gonna go.
No,
He's
your
like,
line
"Do
was
not."
not.
Count me out, he says. But yeah, so good week though. Really
Yeah.
good week. Just going through, getting a lot of stuff done, and good week. That's all I can say. That's a good thing. Sounds like something's going off in here. Like,
Yeah, like background.
yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
Do you have a video going again, like a weirdo?
Nope.
Okay, just making sure.
I don't think so.
So, yeah, how was your week?
My week was intense because everything that we could accomplish for my old ass brain.
Such a boomer.
I am not a fucking boomer. I'm an Xer, bitch.
And I'm a zoomer.
Wee! Push you on the swing.
I don't think that's what that is. But
Do a flip.
Oh, damn, that's gravel. That's not coming out.
Yo, actually, did you ever watch when we used to do our 301 Thursday podcast? Did you ever watch that one where Chase was talking about screwing a gravel pile?
Yeah. Yeah. It's great.
Do a flip.
Wee! But no, I have to give the unknown artist, aka the Kunist of Deans, a mad shout out.
oh, no joke.
Because holy shit, like he's helping us on every level. And, I think I like owe you what, 4 souls or something like that.
At least 4 pizzas.
Okay, 4 pizzas.
Yeah.
But no, you're you're taking all of this stuff that we've done with all of our podcasts and helping us streamline everything from graphics to blurbs to, hey, we're going to link this to that and that to this and this to that and that, and then all of this stuff is going to go over here to tags to the list goes on, and I have 3/4 of it burnt into my brain.
So can you buy me a drill sergeant hat and
Sir, yes, sir.
I think that's what you need, but it's
Yeah.
okay. Like, we're good. Like, he's not drilling me too bad, and I'm
Yeah,
thankful for
because
that.
you're not here.
That's
Yeah.
right. I avoid. I'm
Tony's-
like, oh,
Tony's like-
Dustin's coming to town. I got the shit.
Oh, I'm gonna go get my teeth pulled.
So good. He's
Just
like,
kidding.
I want to eat some food and I just want to sit at the table. I'm like, no, we're going back downstairs, bitch.
Down.
You're gonna go work.
Get that Twinkie, private pal.
Yeah.
Sir, yes, sir.
But you did a lot of you've been doing production as well with
Oh,
Mitch
Jesus.
and all kinds of stuff. Which his show was really fun.
Yeah,
it
it-
was hard to keep it in.
I
in
know
the
I've said
show.
it 1,000 times. It's been truly insane because I willingly signed up for Dustin to ride me like I owe him rent. And that's
That could
pretty
be
much
taken a lot of ways.
Yeah,
Should
so many.
We'll really watch the wording on that one.
He's still working on that.
I'm one of those friends and family members that needs to come with a warning label.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, by the way, I think I know what it is. Is you, if you have YouTube open or Twitch open, you probably have the mic not muted on that audio. Just saying.
Is
Not no on your computer.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
That's
I'm
what I
like,
think
that's
it is.
really weird.
Not
that it's
on your
happening.
phone.
On your
You boomer.
I know. I'm fucking
It does
idiot.
not get what is happening.
Just watching the look on your face, you're like,
I
And he knows
I
because I've been
expect-
driving him insane. He makes one little mistake. I'm like,
I get
we've
to get
been
you.
over this.
How many times? Yeah. Well, that's good. I'm glad that you had a better week. We talked last week about how it was a struggle and a shit show.
I'm
And I
telling
think
you.
it was like all the way around like a tough week last
It
week.
was. It was. I mean, and that's the thing is, when Dustin first came into town yesterday.
Yeah.
Not yesterday.
2 weeks ago is when I first got here.
Yeah. And so we were talking about, I'm like, okay, so while you were riding the struggle bus last week, I'm going, why is it taking 2 hours to figure this out? And then Dustin, in his infinite wisdom, goes, no, just do this and this.
Mhm. Just like that. Just like that. No big deal.
And there's been so many times where he has done that because I'm like, I know where it's at. Give me a minute. Okay, it's here. Nope, don't put the trackball. Push the fucking trackball.
It opens a new tab.
Like I said, I am so surprised that he has those curls still because I expected like a whole
Don't worry,
line
the
of hair
hairline
gone.
receipts every day.
Every day he helps us, it is going away. So I forgot, like when I was talking about chat with Candy chiming in
Yeah.
about Serenity House, I've started to get Serenity in that mix.
Oh, yeah.
Serenity Cooperative, actually. Do you want
Cooperative,
to talk
yes.
a little bit about that? 'Cause it seems how she's on.
Oh, yeah. To give Candy a huge shout out, the Serenity Co-op is moving forward in a crazy awesome way. It's actually based in Battle Creek, and there's so many cool things. I don't have the little blurb that you read off today in production for Survivor Girl.
I have to mute
But
something.
yeah, she had a bunch of great board meetings this week.
That's awesome.
A lot of cool stuff is moving forward. They have so many interesting things that they're working on, and I'm totally feeling spaced
I
to
got
get the little blurb. So I know what I'm doing. I don't know what to do with my hands.
All right, so Serenity Cooperative will be a cooperative community resource center in Battle Creek, Michigan. The emphasis will be on homeless, low-income families, young adults, returning citizens, and those suffering from a life-altering event. They will provide services to prepare, repair, restore those in need. And the page that they have opening is for documenting the journey. So if you guys can go ahead over to Serenity Cooperative
Yes.
and like them on Facebook, you can follow what's going on. You can help by donating, getting in touch, just lending whatever it is that you have that you could, help out with. Maybe you do graphics, maybe you do, you can farm and help out with that kind of stuff, or help them with finding the perfect place to open this up at, So that's what it's about, and it's a really cool project. I'm really excited to see her keep on moving forward with it and all of the different things that keep on happening as it builds too. So
Yeah, and I think they have a GoFundMe page that they have. If you go to the page on Facebook, you'll see all the information there, so you can go through and donate your time or finances or resources, or
whatever you
it is.
got available.
Yeah,
Which is
You know,
cool.
I'm getting ready to donate a kidney. Nate said he's got somebody in a van out in the back here, so
That's what that
Yeah.
van was doing, hanging out.
yeah, it said free Wi-Fi, so I'm like, cool, legit.
So I see why I'm your special guest tonight.
Yeah.
You got good kidneys? She said gratitude thing, or gratitude guys with a bunch of purple hearts. So
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
yeah, we just want to mention that. Thank you for chiming in, tuning in, and yeah, we're looking forward to seeing that project go up off the ground. It's getting there. It's going further each day, so really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, so your week was good, better than last.
Yeah. Like I said, I give mad props to Dustin because he's put up with my shit for 2 fucking days and going, will you fucking stop touching the mouse?
Or just move so I can do it myself.
No, that's only with Photoshop because I look at it and just go,
It's funny though, sitting here listening to you guys because he's like, no, you don't touch that. Why that button? Go back. Why? Is that pretty accurate?
That is a damn good impression
Spot on.
of our
No,
conversations.
why would you do that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, see, he's trying to go through and get me to do the shortcuts, and I'm just like, why? The mouse does this.
He right clicks and he does the copy and the paste, but he won't do the Control A, the Control C, Control V. He won't
Right.
do it.
It's great.
Goodness.
Is that my daughter in the background? Is that what I hear?
No, I don't know what it is that you have got going
I
on,
told
but
you.
I can
think
hear
it's
you.
on Firefox. You have
Yeah,
a
fix it.
browser open for YouTube or
Man.
Twitch.
There's no. It doesn't. It's plugged into the headphone. So, yeah.
Audio.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is the audio output?
Candy said sympathy. Say the word for me.
sympathy.
Thank you to Dustin for putting up with Tony.
Hey, what the fuck?
Ah, so
See, she
true.
gets it.
But
I'm
well,
gonna put a whisper biscuit in your back pocket.
What's a
You don't want to
whisper
know what I already
biscuit?
put there.
Oh man,
In nation?
whoopee cushions.
I mean,
So
only on Tuesdays.
let's get to. We've been talking about how he's been saving us and helping us in the studio and everything. But talk about who you are, what you do. I know you've been on our show before, but for our new listeners, because
I've
we
never
have new.
been here before. What do you mean?
Whatever. Such lies. So yeah.
Well,
tell
he
us about
wouldn't
yourself.
admit to it until now. He's on the front camera, so he has to.
I don't do YouTube. I don't do Twitch. What are you talking about? My name's Jim.
It's
Jim.
bullshit.
Jump.
It's
No.
Wow.
We've been doing YouTube and Twitch for quite a while. I actually used to do it when I was younger and everything. I started doing it again 3 years ago about now. Once it hits summertime, it'll be about 3 years.
Nice.
We started out with streaming and ended up going into more like video-oriented content. Actually, we started out with videos, correction, and ended up going into streaming. And we do anything from just little funny skits to doing like inspirational stuff. We've done charity stuff. We do gaming. We do vlogs. We do a little bit of everything. We have a variety channel. That's why YouTube hates us.
Because you can't,
but-
you don't have just one specific thing.
Yeah,
It's a
because we don't have the
variety.
niche. Is what
Gotcha.
it's, yeah.
Yeah, fuck
so,
you, YouTube.
Yeah. So I don't know. We've been doing a lot bit of little bit of everything. I don't know. We've had even like art and stuff like that before, and animations and such. So it's a little bit of everything. I'm trying to weigh my options and see who's enjoying what right now. We're kind of playing with things because it's a new system too with YouTube. So
Well,
the
yeah,
whole
with the
Kava app.
variety, you've got so much cool stuff with gameplay. You've got a podcast that you do.
Yep, the podcast as well with my father.
Yeah, it's such a cool thing, and I mean, yes, I'm biased, but I think it's a really great podcast that you do because the name of the podcast is
From Both Sides, and basically what it is the new thing we're running with is a boomer and a zoomer discuss kind of like family or life oriented topics, and we kind of give our opinions on them, and that's kind of why it's the From Both Sides. And sometimes we'll agree, sometimes we'll disagree, and we'll just kind of come to different conclusions and see if people have different stories and see what they think. So that's kind of the whole premise of it. So maybe somebody will learn something, and who knows?
It's a good podcast to jump on and watch, but I also like the live streams that you do too. I'm not like a huge like gamer. I love gaming. I'm not really good at it. That's what I'll say.
It's
you
the
know.
stupid humor, though.
But yeah, it's like the
Funny as shit.
random stuff. Like if you have got, time to listen to a podcast or to hang out, and you can interact too, which is really cool. I was
Yeah.
interacting and actually was climbing up the leaderboard on the side, from
Yep.
talking and everything, which is really cool. I was on there as Survivor Girl. But to hear all the different back and forth with the people that you go live with, it
And
was pretty cool.
You know what's funny about that too is most of those people are across the world too.
Yeah.
It's not even people that are
all
near us.
over.
There's
Nice.
people that's over in Scotland,
Mhm.
France. They're just a little bit everywhere, and we just we're playing games, having a good time, being goofy, role playing on some stuff. Like we'll just kind of turn to each other and act like we're the characters and do whatever. Well, it's like just out of the blue, just random skit,
Yeah.
And so I don't know, like the one I told you guys the other day. It's a little bit edgy on that one, but
well, see that's what our show does, and it was hilarious because we can be racist. We have a nation.
Oh man.
anyways, I haven't played with one of my buddies. We haven't played for about 2 years now. That's kind of like the backstory. We haven't seen each other and talked for about 2 years now, and I miss the guy a lot, and I like playing with him a lot. And he goes by the name of Black Jesus the One, and that's his username. And so, and he was actually technically my first follower on Twitch as well. By the way, fun fact.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
But we ended up becoming friends, and we started playing like Overwatch and Rainbow Six and stuff like that together.
Hell yeah.
And so he just recently got back on again after going through some like family stuff and all that.
Right.
And we started playing again. And well, he jumped on the stream the other day and he just joined our party. And he's like, Dean. I'm like, oh. And so, you know, like we haven't talked in a long time. So I just was like, yeah, hell yeah, come join the stream and we'll talk and just have a good time out of it. Right.
That's awesome.
And so at one point, probably about like an hour in, I'll say, there's a part where he walks up to me and we're like role playing with the characters. And he's like, so blood of Crip. And you know, he's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that. Blood of Crip. And then I'm just like, just watch Black Panther pound it. And the best part was he actually laughed about it too.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
it's like, I don't have any aggressions or anything like that, but you know, to be able to goof around with your friends and stuff like that
Right.
is a lot of fun. And
Well-
like Soli and my buddy Damien, he's Mexican, and so we will always give each other shit and stuff like that, just about whatever we can. And it's fun stuff.
Right.
So
Well, that's cool that you have all kinds of different followers from all over the world.
yeah.
Like, that's one really cool thing about being able to stream live or do different podcast stuff is to be able to have people join in, and it's like a mix. You never
Yeah.
know who you're gonna have hanging out, or do you have like just set people that you let on?
most of the time we only have like set people that we have specifically join, because we don't know what people are going to say. We've
Right.
had really not great circumstances before.
I imagine.
mean, I
Well,
showed
yeah.
you the blocked word list, so
Yep,
I'm
yep.
sure you can
We
imagine.
went over that today.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, and we've had people say some really raunchy stuff even in voice chat, and that was like during VR chat time. So now we've limited it to like private worlds and friend worlds and stuff like that. And even like friends we've had come in and say some really messed up stuff. So
Yeah.
but I mean, hell, we even have one of my main moderators actually is a guy from Russia.
Oh,
who
really?
has, hung out with us for about a year now, and so I had made him a mod, and he supports everything. Comes in, tells us stories about D&D, and he's a real fun guy.
So I got somebody in chat saying, Can your guest sit still as he rocks back and forth? The chair is in and out with the microphone. Right. So, and of course, my dad chimed in. Hello, kids. Hey,
What's up,
Dad.
Pops?
What's hanging out? Or how you doing? We're all hanging out here. Yeah, that chair's deceiving.
Hey,
Yeah,
there
Nate.
you go.
What do you
Do you miss my audio and how close I am?
Oh
to the
yeah,
mic?
now I can hear it. Now I
Yeah.
get it, man. I get it, Jeff. How's it going, El Jefe?
El
Welcome.
Jefe.
Thank you for joining us, letting us know. That chair is so easy to do. Like,
It is because I lean
did
back
that.
and then the mic's like a foot away, and
Yeah.
then I get closer and it's like hello.
Hi. Jump it up. But yeah. Thanks, Jeff, for pointing that out. We all have done that in that chair. It's
crazy.
It's
it's
so
a comfy chair
comfortable.
though.
It is.
It's a great chair, and that
It
was
actually
from
used to be our
Fasha.
chair.
I was gonna say that was
Yeah.
from Fasha,
Yeah,
from you
Fasha.
guys. So, but yeah, it's just interesting to be able to connect with people all over the world, and via
yeah.
internet. And I know, like before, when everybody started kind of getting online and jumping online, there were so many people just like, oh, don't talk to people from all over. You don't even know who they are, and like there was that fear, I know a couple of my friends actually have met some people from like the Philippines as their friends. They used to get on and play games and everything. Not a problem. There was never anything that
Yeah,
ever
no.
happened,
Yahoo chat rooms. I'm just saying.
Oh god.
I mean, two of my main guys actually are from Portugal too, so
Yeah.
Nice.
we got a whole variety of people.
that's awesome. That's really
So.
cool because it wouldn't without the internet. How often would you have met these people? You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
So that's really cool. It's a really cool thing. And my dad said I like the 3D effect too. 3D effect.
3D effect.
On the 4
Oh.
layout.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
Go to the
Gotcha. Okay, Dad.
yes, please rub your nose harder against that mic.
Wait, what?
This is the
Nut.
awkwardness. This is the awkwardness that I deal with. I don't think he realizes he just does things.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
hey.
all right, and you're turning red.
He's just going like this.
No, Jeff, I get it.
It
He's like
sounds better on your mic.
Jeff said, just trying to help make a better show, not be a jerk about stuff. No, we appreciate it, Jeff. We're glad that you're able to chime in and let us know.
Well, I was gonna say, like, you were talking about not meeting these people.
You didn't even see what I did. I'm just like
meeting these people from the other side of the world. A
Mhm.
lot has changed since, the invention of the internet, and it's hilarious because now they have Uber, where have a stranger pick you up at your
Right.
house and
Yep.
go get groceries or whatever.
Or Lyft. Lyft is another one right now.
Yeah,
That's what we
I
had when we
mean-
went down to Texas. Wow.
dick suck.
No, I said Texas. Texas. I love my Texas.
Texas. It's crazy in Texas.
Down in Mexico. I remember the days.
But yeah, I mean,
Hey,
there is still stuff that happens that is
bonehead.
that's scary, with doing anything online. I mean, there's been all kinds of different things, so you do have to be cautious. But
Guy gets
It's
in your car.
different.
My name is Julio Ricardo Montoya.
you killed my father.
Prepare to die.
That's crazy. Oh man.
My name is Jeff.
And I'm your Uber driver.
Okay, Paco.
I will say, we actually had some really interesting people when we were in Texas for our Uber drivers and our Lyft drivers and stuff like that. We had some really interesting people, all kind of actually from all over the world.
Nice.
It was really strange because, you'd think that would be more in like California and New York area, like more of that, or Florida.
Yeah,
And it's like, no, Texas, they got a very broad variety of people there.
that's what I loved about St. Louis when I was living there, because anytime we were selling steak at the back of a truck with a deep freezer, we'd go up to the airport.
Hey, kid, you want some steak?
I'm gonna put a whisper biscuit in your back pocket.
And it won't be whispering.
Shh.
That's so
Okay,
wrong.
selling steak out of what?
Selling steak out
Were
the
you
back.
Schwann's?
No,
Because
no,
that's the only
it was
thing I'm
called
trusting.
Smokehouse Steaks. I did this. It was incredible.
Okay.
So we
All
went
right.
to where the taxi cabs were at the airport in Lambert Airport, and most of the taxi drivers that were there were, hi, how are you doing, my friend? And these
My name
guys,
is Ajib.
it was great. They bought so much steak, chicken, and seafood. It was insane. I'm like, wait a minute. I thought you guys didn't eat meat. And they're
No,
like,
that's more cow.
right, but that's my point. Is they were buying steaks. Like, these things were huge,
Oh yeah.
and I'm
Well,
like,
not everybody agrees with the
Mhm.
culture or a
Right.
religion or any of that.
well, the thing they pointed out to me, and they're like, barbecue, yes.
Well, because isn't the whole concept? It's supposed to be that you. Hold on.
Is that you?
No, it's Sully's trying to call.
Oh.
But
Ah.
no, the whole concept is it's supposed to be like your ancestors are brought back as cows, right? That's like the
Okay.
whole
Right.
That's the whole reason why they're not supposed to do it, and that's why they also take care of them. And then I know if you guys know the comedian Fluffy, he had made a Enrique Iglesias.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had made a joke about that too, about
Damn.
how if there is a cow that walks out in traffic, then everybody's like stopped right there, and they're just like, no, we must wait. It's just like.
But no, it was so cool. Like, these guys literally cleaned out my deep freezer of meat every time I'd go see these guys. And then they would cook up the steak and be like, you want some? Yes. And I'm like, yeah, dude, let's do it. Count me in. Like, I seriously.
for a steak. You want some?
Right. I had one friend down there. It was so cool because we go to all these great clubs down on the landing, and his
Yeah.
name was Awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome. AZAM.
Did you say he was a pretty awesome guy?
He was, because that's what we started. I'm like, how the hell do you pronounce your name? I'm so Midwest. It's pathetic.
You're not Midwest, you're just Western.
Well, whatever.
Because if you're looking at the map,
Spaghetti.
I'm like, can I just
somebody
call,
didn't finish school.
can I just call you Awesome? And he's like, yeah, that works. So we'd be in a club. Awesome.
Oh my god.
But no, it was great. There's, like you were talking about in Texas, there's a lot of cultural
Diversity.
diversity. Yeah,
You know
it's
what?
incredible.
I was thinking about that when you're talking about the diversity and everything and going different places and traveling. Like, I haven't really traveled that many places. I know you have. I know that you have, I
Went-
think, some
actually,
different places. But
I was talking with
I
Hope
have
about this
not.
tonight, actually. When I had went to Greece, we were talking about like that mindset about how people are so similar.
Mhm.
And so like when I had went over there, you expect like a different place or a different culture and stuff like that to be really, really different. And when you go over there, it's just a different language. Is
Yeah.
all it really is. I mean, they're a little bit more hospitable, but it's like the same experience here. When you go to a city and stuff like that, it's the exact same situation. And when you go out to the farmland, it's the exact same situation. So
yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting, I guess.
It's funny you talk about that. We were touring with a lot of the bands when I was younger. They're like, look, if you ever go over to Europe,
Mhm.
whatever you do, do not forget a greeting.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's like, this one guy I was talking to, he's like, so our bus broke down in this little town.
Yeah.
And he's like, my guitar player went in there and he's like, hey, I need to use the phone. And their tour manager that was with him spoke whatever language it was. And he's like, what did he just say?
Wait, you don't even know what language it was?
Well, that was the thing. And he's
Because
like,
you were on tour, like.
no, I wasn't doing this. It was
Oh,
a friend of mine that
Gotcha,
we were on
gotcha.
tour
Got
with.
it, got it.
But it was
What's
so
that?
funny. He's like, he just called you a dick. And he's like, why did he call you a dick? Because he didn't go, good afternoon or good evening or
Yeah.
good morning. Something as simple as a formal
Because it's more
greeting.
like demanding instead of
Right.
actually considering.
And that's why they hate tourists, because they go over there and they're just like, you guys are a bunch of, how you doing? Woo-wee!"
Yeah, but isn't there another thing too where some of them, like for tipping and stuff when you go out, like some countries don't want you to tip. Is that a true?
I would say, yeah.
That's more of
it's
the
like
Asian
offensive.
countries, though.
Well, when I had one over there, tipping's like a normal thing.
Okay, so there it
So-
was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
more of an Asian thing because
I wasn't sure because, like I said, I haven't really gone many places. I mean, Florida, Florida, and through there.
Not really that
No,
different.
No, that's why I said, like I've the only other out of the country experience is Canada, but
No.
really not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't really have a lot of experience with traveling and going different places.
What?
Right.
hey, when I was younger, you could go over to Canada and not have to be 21 to drink.
Yes.
Yeah, and you could party and everything.
So
too,
where
yeah.
were we drinking? At the fucking
Yes.
strip clubs.
Oh. See, but that was just a thing. They could walk around without having a shirt on all in town too. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's
Yeah.
changed now, but
Equal
that's
rights,
what it
baby.
was.
I'll take my top off. Go ahead and you take off yours. I'm
Nope.
not a boob guy, so I ain't hating.
Nope. Nope.
I'm just saying.
We're learning
You're
more about Tony
welcome.
every day.
What? Hey, fair
And
is
your
fair, right?
family, how's
What?
that for you?
So I'm gonna go.
You started it.
And look at that, we're losing people. I blame
Wonder
us.
why.
Mission accomplished.
But yeah, I mean, it's interesting to learn, different cultures and different things, and I would like to travel more. It's just I haven't had the opportunity, so.
I mean, mine's only been a one-time thing, and so it's not like exactly
It's-
I'm way above you or
Oh,
anything like
okay.
that.
So, like, I didn't know. I thought maybe like you have traveled to different all over the
No.
place for some reason.
I had know people from all over the place,
Okay.
and I've had kind of different experiences because of that.
Mhm.
And having to deal with like the different languages and stuff, that would definitely be a thing. But no, I would say the culture is about the most
Same.
oddity out
Yeah.
of all of it. So
Well, I think that's one of the fun things about doing podcasting is you get the opportunity to talk to people that you normally wouldn't get the chance to talk to. You
Right.
know, hey, there's Ted out there with his sombrero mowing his lawn, celebrating, Cinco de Mayo, and yet you can talk to literally Juan.
Ted, the most Hispanic name you've ever heard.
Hola, Ted.
Como estás?
No, I
don't.
will not touch your lawnmower. Leave me alone.
Oh man.
But no, it's really cool being at literally the click of a button. Why did you go to the black screen, dick?
He's
Never
cutting you
happens.
off.
He's cutting you off.
You're done.
But no, getting the opportunity, at least for me, I know when, we had stuff like Yahoo Chats, you can
Yeah.
talk to people all over the world and ask those dumbass questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Gabriel Iglesias was talking about. He's like, it's not hot face. It's hot. It's not angry face. It's hot face. You give me air conditioning? Happy.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, understanding different cultures that, they're just like us. They're just from a different part of the world.
Right.
And it's so cool to know that.
It's interesting.
A lot
For sure.
longer history as well.
Oh, God,
A lot more depth to their culture.
Well, when you have the cradle of civilization, because that's where pretty much everything came from.
Yeah.
It's crazy because any of the Middle East or Africa or all of that, it's just, wait, what? How old is the dirt here compared to the rest of the stuff?
And that's what he finds interesting.
Well, I mean, what is it?
No, I gotcha.
What's that in the distance? Dirt.
I want to know how long has it been here and what is it made of?
Don't church it up, boy. It's
Is
just
there
dirt.
clay?
Can I eat it?
Is that a good?
shit.
Oh man.
What do we got here? Dirt. What's that over there? More dirt.
But no, the caves or whatever the hell they are, they list back to like 5,000-6,000 years ago in
Oh, yeah.
Africa, and it's such a cool thing to study history and what different people were doing at that point in time. You know, banging on rocks or creating stripper poles.
Well, do you
whatever.
actually ever know the whole story behind diamonds and diamond rings on how that became a thing?
No.
Yeah, so pretty much, I think it was in Africa. There was
Okay.
this huge mine to the point where if they mined all of it, like these, because there was like 2 companies or something battling for it, right? And so if they mined all of it and worked together, which they started to at first, there would have been so many diamonds on the market that they would have been like not worth anything
Okay.
because there were so many out in there, right?
Kind of like
Even though-
limited edition stuff where
Yeah.
there's so much of it, it just value.
Yeah, it lowers the value. It
Yep.
devalues it. So there were so many out there that they could have done that. So what they did is they started mining all of it, putting it in a warehouse, and letting them out throughout the year.
Oh, okay.
And then they started pressing people because the price was so high and they had a monopoly on it that they could actually go and do a whole bunch of advertisement and make it like, oh, the only way to propose is with a diamond ring, you know, that type of whole ordeal. So they had a monopoly on the whole thing and charge you whatever they wanted for it. And they could release as many diamonds out as they wanted because they had the whole thing owned. And they joined together to be able to do that. So that's how that whole thing came about. There was no actual premise to it.
That's
There's
just
no
what-
there's no hidden reason as to why.
Really?
Yeah.
That's just crazy. Like I was, it's a diamond.
Guys
but you have to
everywhere
have-
are going, motherfucker!
What the
I
hell?
paid 300.
I paid 3 of my salaries, half of my house.
I gave up my spleen.
You know, that was the thing. Like when Adam and I were talking about, getting engaged and everything, I was
Mhm.
like, I really just wanted a Firestone, like something different, not nothing. I didn't really care about
Because
what.
diamonds are so overplayed now.
That's what I think, and
Yeah.
like
Like
Farmer Christy, her wedding band is like a ruby, and it's just like beautiful. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no,
because
people
rubies
just-
are badass.
they are
Well, what
there.
type? I do have
Birthstone.
to ask too. What kind of metal would you do?
I don't
The
know.
heavy kind.
Because they're like a lot of people do gold, or they'll do like the what is it? The
White gold or
rose gold.
see, I like that too. Like I don't.
because that's become an obsession now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's become a huge thing for me because a lot of times you don't really find silver when that kind of a place. It's like a white gold now is
Yeah.
like the big thing, and that's probably what I'd go with.
More money.
Right? Yeah. Exactly.
See, I like this kind of ring.
I like
Yo,
this.
me too.
Me too. What?
Twinsies. Twinsies.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Oh, you too. You're in the gang. I
Yep.
am not.
That's not a middle ring.
Really?
Actually,
Come on.
I'm not in the gang with you guys, but this ring my dad made in school.
I mean, it's
And
still middle.
It's still middle,
Yeah,
but
there
it's a
you go.
different. It's a different. It used to have like roses
Stereo.
scalloped in it. But yeah, so no, so
Oh, there we go. He moved it.
What?
oh,
Oh, you have control of the cameras. Why are you not showing them?
he's leaving it.
There's a
on
full
me.
room. Get
Yeah,
it close.
do the full room one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Now just stick your hand out and show
Yeah.
them.
Just whack.
There you go. Good enough. All around the room.
all around. So some of the cool stuff, like you do all kinds of different projects. You have done some different like live
could bring that up.
streams,
Yes.
different. The Markiplier video you and Hope actually did together. I want to talk about that.
That
if
was
you guys want.
awesome.
Just like you guys
She's
legitly
cringing.
made me feel
She's hiding. She's like, no.
legitly like made me feel bad about a van. You guys had me in the feels.
Yeah.
So I want to say, yeah, good job.
Thank you.
But if you want to talk a little bit about all the different things, like the different cool streams and different things like that you've done,
Well,
that would be really cool to know.
We talked a little bit about it earlier, but for like that whole music project specifically, we just kind of jumped on it because it was like a big thing at the time, and we've been Hope and I have been trying to do some music stuff, and we've been talking about doing some stuff together. And so we've seen it as kind of like an opportunity to push ourselves and get in movement for that. So pretty much what we did, we both made an agreement because I'm not totally comfortable with my singing voice yet.
Yeah.
What? Oh, am I
You're
swaying
so,
again?
Yes, you're so.
Okay. Anyways, but
What the hell?
but no, pretty much we made an agreement that I would do lyrics, she would do singing. I would tell like she made the whole instrumental for it. I did the lyrics, and then I was kind of telling her how I wanted things to be sang and where I wanted things to be at and how I wanted it to be done. And we kind of like worked with each other on that, and I think it turned out pretty good.
did.
And then I edited the video all together, and it was really good. So
I like how you did the video editing with it and everything.
there was a
like,
lot of stress.
I imagine. Because you guys were like down to the wire for it because it was a really quick project.
Well, here's the thing with that too, is he said Mark actually had said on that we had a week to do the thing,
Mhm.
and then we found out after the fact that he actually started watching all the videos like 2 or 3 days afterwards, and that was just like the cutoff.
Yeah.
Like they all decided by that point. And
Oh, wow.
and the thing is, we did it actually a day. I thought we did it a day, like 2 days early, I think, because I thought it was due that day, and then we realized it was like that Saturday. Yeah, and I think we got it done Thursday night. Thursday night, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we uploaded it Friday.
It was before the show.
Yeah, so like, yeah, actually, yeah. So, yeah, and so we put all that in there. But actually, there was a guy that I had met through like a friend app thing or whatever, and he had shared it on Reddit for me because he's actually pretty prominent in the Markiplier community.
Nice.
On Reddit. So he posted it in there for me, and it got like 400 upvotes, and the video is still climbing in views. It's at about 500 right now. So
Sweet.
yeah, so that was pretty cool. So I definitely want to do more music stuff, and actually talking about that. Woo, segue.
Bring it.
Right.
But no, basically there was a project, and I think I talked about this last time on your guys' 100th episode,
Yeah.
I think is when I talked about it. Wanting to do because there's a movie, I don't know if you guys have watched it. It's called The Greatest Showman with Hugh Jackman.
Not watched it.
Great movie.
Get on.
I got to. I know. I know. I hear it's amazing.
It's so good. It's honestly probably one of my favorites. But I love all the music from it. There's like 2 or 3 songs that I actually want to do, and I want to do it with a group of people.
Mhm.
And the first one that I was trying to get done was A Million Dreams. And I'm trying to have as many people, hint, hint, wink, wink for all you guys. I'm trying to have as many people as I can jump on that, and I was going to edit it all together. So I'm trying to get people to sing like the whole song, and I'll just cut it however I want, and then do like the chorus and stuff myself, and like figure out, like edit the chorus all together and stuff, and have everybody overlaid and everything. I think it'll sound really, really good. So I want to do that one, and then I want to do Come Alive and This Is Me.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
want to do all 3 of those,
Nice.
and then maybe finish with The Greatest Show, but we'll see. We'll see how many people, how
Love
many I
it.
can get on that. But that's a project I've been really wanting to do for a while. But getting people to do it is very
Mhm.
difficult
Yeah.
because some people will promise the thing and then it just never happens. Other people will like say they're gonna do it and then they kind of shy out because then they're like, "Oh, I don't like how I sound." And I'm like, "But the chorus, that's what it for." I mean,
Right.
if you can at least stay with the beat,
Hmm.
you're fine
Right.
because it doesn't
Singing
really.
in key.
Yeah, I mean, if you're singing totally rough notes, I don't know how well chorus that's gonna go.
Yeah.
But
It's a little rough there.
That's why
Yeah.
I don't sing.
I like doing it. I'm just not comfortable with it yet. So, but teacher over here is supposed to be helping. So
Yes.
So do you have some videos that some people have already submitted that maybe you could be like, well, look, here's one, or do you feel like that might intimidate some people further?
I got a couple of recordings. I know Hope has sent me one, and I really, really like that. I know Karma has sent me, I think, 2 different variations. So I could probably use those, and then I think I might have another one, but I'm not totally sure on that. So kind of what I thought about doing to advertise it for a little while now is trying to take a couple of those recordings, kind of edit it together, and just be like coming soon, and then like have that little bit, and then have
Yeah.
a couple people singing. Because I'm hoping that it'll inspire more people to do it. Because the whole reason why I want to do the project as a whole is to, everybody's like in for the YouTube dollar, right? But I think the meaning behind it for me personally would be to show the diversity of people and the passion behind the thing and the
Mhm.
project
Yeah.
and everybody coming together and having a dream bigger than what they can do because it takes teamwork to make something like
Yeah.
that is at this scope.
Yeah.
So I think that was the whole goal of why I wanted to do this thing and why it's so meaningful to me. I mean, if you've watched the movie, that's kind of what the whole thing is about. It's not about your oddities and how you look or who you are or whatever. It's coming together and having a bigger imagination and a bigger dream than something that you can do by yourself.
Oh, that's awesome.
So-
I love the whole idea behind it. I did like a little video of like the hoop stuff, but I don't think I ever sent it to you.
No,
Like,
you
I
didn't.
chickened. I chickened on it. I was just like, meh. So now I'm gonna redo it though because I've gotten a lot better. Busted on camera. But yeah, so plus I still want to do some recording and singing for it too. It
Yeah.
just yeah. I guess I got a little intimidated. I'm gonna be honest here.
But I
You know.
think that's the point, though, is because it takes sometimes for us. Not everybody's going to be those leadership types of roles.
Mhm.
They're not always going to be those people that can come out on top by themselves. I mean, everybody has to get there through someone, right?
Right.
But there's not always those people that have the drive and I guess like the desire so badly to do it that they can do it on their own.
Right.
Sometimes it takes other people to be able to push them to do the thing.
Yeah.
And so that's
Like
know.
Dustin.
Well, here's my thing is I need to just
Don't touch the mouse, bitch.
Don't do it.
I just need to get in the
Storm
studio, get in here with you and like work on it because that's the thing. Like,
Well, we've not
just
worked
coming
in the
here.
studio forever. Cause,
I know,
She
and
said
I
I
have
had
so much
leprosy or some
music.
shit like that.
Like it's all been coming back and like writing and stuff. And
Boomerang.
I'm like,
That's a boomerang quote. I
okay,
got that. I got that reference.
from him.
Giggity.
No, because it's all coming back to you.
Oh.
That's a boomerang quote.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I was just like,
Steve Rogers. I got that reference.
got that.
I can do
But
this
yeah,
all day.
it's just
America's ass.
No, that's not America's ass.
Look, all right, I'm trying.
unfortunately.
I wear the
American
super
size.
skinny jeans. Is that not good enough for you?
No.
Apparently not.
You're so tight I can see what religion you are.
Oh
Wait,
my
really?
God.
Lefty?
Look a little closer. Oh, wait, actually, fun fact, when I got in here today to start the freaking podcast with them, they had the camera aimed at my junk, and I didn't know it.
No. That was all Nate.
He's raising his hand. Yes, it was. It was me, he says.
So,
They are penis.
ew.
I don't know if I want to segue into this now. It's like at one point we have to get down to your studio and kind of like collab.
Yes.
And, right. I know. I gotcha.
See these eyes?
I see.
They're burning a hole through
I
you.
do. I do see the
I
eyes.
promise it's fine.
No, we got a lot of stuff that we're actually trying to work on together too, which is really cool. Doing
It's all about the collab.
yeah,
Mhm.
about the collab. So
And sponsoring each other.
sponsorships.
Woo-loo.
Fancy.
Indubitably.
Indubitably.
Oh, wait, sorry,
Yeah.
pinky on mouth. There you go.
I can't even say the word. I was like, I'm so fancy. I'm so
Bitch,
fancy.
where?
That's not how that works.
What?
Oh man,
Man, this is the topic on this podcast is went down the shit.
it did.
Bam, bam, ba-da.
All
So
right,
anyways, back to the
Swirling.
point.
back to the point. Yeah, we were just talking about the different projects and things that you have done. You've done some live streams with some pretty cool people.
Sorry. I was just like, was that the point? Wait a minute.
No, I don't know.
Sorry.
This is where I'm bringing it back around.
Okay, I'll take that.
Reel it in.
Self-sponsorship.
Like your the podcast that you did for was it in a charity fundraiser kind of thing?
Yeah, we
with-
had done that. Actually, that was a coincidental situation.
Okay.
Ironically enough. No, my French buddy Karma I was telling you guys about earlier. He follows. There's a lady named Carolina Ravassa. She's been an actress, but she also does. What? You good over there, bald boy?
I need the cookie.
He's having some problems. But no, Carolina Ravassa, she was an actress, and she also does the voice of Sombra in Overwatch. Is probably more well known and more prominent. No, not Button. Yes, she's pretty, but stop. But no. So he pretty much Karma watches over her Twitter and everything, right? And so he had seen a post that she had made about doing a possible charity situation, like a donation situation for a school called Trinity School, which is to help low-income families be able to afford an education. And she was talking about getting the Sombra side shape because she has kind of like medium-length hair, and she was talking about getting Sombra, like the cut on it, which pretty much what it is from like here back is just all bald. And so, yeah, our Nate boy over here. So pretty much, and everybody kind of started jumping on that. And they're like, yeah, we would want to do a charity thing. And because she's like, how much would you guys donate? And so I jumped on the thing and commented on it right away because Karma brought it up to me. So I did the thing. And I asked if she could come on. And she came on and talked with us. We did a 12-hour stream. She came on and talked for an hour and sacrificed like workout time and a couple of things. But she ended up having to leave so she could go do interviews. But we ended up getting Symmetra, if you guys know Symmetra too. But
I'm just like,
no, okay. I'm trying to do.
It's all Overwatch.
Nobody will know the actual
Well,
names. They
I
only
mean-
know the Overwatch characters. You guys are terrible.
It's still really cool though that they came on and did this.
I know what the hell it was.
Oh yeah, no, they were such sweethearts, and being able to chat with them, and we got into some pretty real talks towards the end too, and it was a lot of fun. And you know what's funny is like my friends throughout that whole thing would not shut up. Like all of us were popping off jokes, and then suddenly Carolina calls because they were all like, "Oh, we don't know if she's gonna do it." And then all of a sudden, I just start getting a Skype call in the middle of my game, and I'm like, "Shit, shit, shit!" And so I like close out the game. I'm just like, "Wait, wait, wait! Don't talk yet." And so we ended up doing the thing, and they all went silent so fast. Every single one of them, no comments being made at all throughout that whole thing. And I don't know, it was a lot of fun. And I will say, I surprisingly wasn't nervous throughout that whole thing. I was having fun.
It was great watching that in real time too.
Yeah, because it's like they're just celebrities. Like even though they're just celebrities, they're just people, you know. And like they're talented people. They got where they are through hard work and everything, and they're not, any different than people that are just kind of around. They have wants, desires, things they don't like, stuff like that. So I don't know. It was a lot of fun and kind of getting her insight on life and such too.
That's
so
cool.
And having chat actually ask her a bunch of questions, and most of it was Overwatch oriented, but.
Well, yeah, because it was like the next day after I caught the video in real time, I called you up and I'm like, dude, that was so badass.
You're like, holy shit.
Yeah, it was really cool because I'm like, holy shit.
Metal Gear.
Boop. But yeah, it was really cool to see, have something spontaneous like that happen.
Yeah.
And you're just, I could tell you're like, shit, 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 shit. And then cool as a cucumber.
Well, yeah, because it was like right at the beginning, I'm just like, what if this isn't recording? What if I didn't? Because I didn't set any of this up. I'm like, I didn't test this. And then like I had just that day, because she had told me like, oh, we could probably contact through Skype. And I'm like, the one platform I don't use.
Right.
So I ended up having to download Skype, and then I didn't get to test any of it because we were already streaming at that point, and we were already like 3 hours in.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what do you do? So then, I don't know. I just went and tried to set it all up, and it ended up working out. So shrug. Although I will say my audio was delayed, so there was a lot of parts throughout that whole thing. If you guys go and watch the Q&A, there's a lot of parts through that where it sounds like I'm interrupting her. But I made sure throughout the whole thing that I waited until she stopped talking, so it wouldn't seem like I was interrupting her. And then I forgot I had the audio delay because the video was slightly delayed. Yeah. So it sounds like I'm talking over her, and I'm not. I'm just like, yes, I am that asshole.
But not really, because
No.
I did not.
No.
Yeah.
No, I was trying to be as considerate as I could possibly be. So
they can find the stream where at. Just
it was
so they
okay.
know.
The whole I don't know if they really want to watch the whole 12-hour stream, but I had cut up that section specifically, which was about 40 to 50 minutes long, on the channel. It's actually one of the most viewed videos. So if you go down to the popular uploads, it has like a half and half of her animated character that she voices in her. But yeah, it's I think it's like Sombra Charity Q&A or something like that is what we title it, Trinity School.
You set like a specific goal that you wanted to reach to be able to give for that too.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Okay, so pretty much what had happened. How it started out, I didn't think we were going to make a whole ton because we've done donation stuff and crowd control stuff before, which crowd control is like people can donate to bully you or help you in a game. But we've done, for that charity thing, I had made a goal for $250, and pretty much if they had donated that, I said I would donate $100 on top of that. Mm-hmm. And so it progressively kept going up, and once she actually joined, it went from like 400 to probably about 800.
Wow.
Really quick. So because everybody was trying, because pretty much we had made it a deal between her and I that if anybody donated, I think it was like 100 or 200 or something dollars, that they got a free print. Signed by her and everything.
Oh, cool.
And so that donation amount shot up so fast once she joined.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know, I started making deals with them. And then Red at one point was just like, well, you know how purple's your favorite color, right? And he's just like, so if we happen to hit that 750 mark, if you want to just dye your hair, would you? And I'm like, yeah, there's no way we're going to. I'll do it.
Right.
And then, yeah, no, once she joined it, that was game over.
Game over.
Yeah,
but you
so-
did it. You did it to where you didn't have to bleach your hair out and kept it
no.
natural.
No way.
Yeah. You could've
Look,
just did
I got a
this.
big head. It's big brain.
too much bleach.
Well, and what's
no.
cool is after the fact, you actually went and recorded you getting your hair done.
Yeah, I did a vlog
purple.
with it. I actually didn't plan on doing that at all. 100. No, my mother was coming down, and we had actually. She's like, I'm gonna go get my haircut and everything. It was with a haircut lady that we've had for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to not say names. I'm trying real hard.
You're good.
But she had cut my hair since I was like baby, and so we had went to her, and she's like, oh yeah, if you want to get your hair dyed, then sure. So I ran back out to the car and started off this vlog and. Just kind of rolled with it, and it ended up working out, and people enjoyed it. So
That's awesome.
yeah, and the purple ended up fading quite a bit. There's still a little bit, like you can see kind of like an orangish tint, and that's just because the purple is doing a weird thing with the blonde, but it's mostly all gone. So it washed out really quick though, which kind of made me sad. But it's because I didn't put the stain and stuff in it.
Right.
So
Yeah, when you don't bleach it out, it doesn't really like stay.
yeah.
Which I've been having fun with like this different stuff because I can wash
Right.
this out tomorrow and it's gone.
Right.
But it's like, okay, so I can change all kinds of different colors and, you know, I'm just like, yeah, I've been having fun with
You
this.
should do like a sunset one day. Just like a
I
white,
could.
like white, and then have like orange and yellow and.
All it is just like a really more high priced spray. And, you know, like
Yep.
you can do the Halloween sprays. Don't do that. Not good.
You like
but this
frizz?
is yeah, you like frizz. No, this is like
I
the
know.
L'Oreal one that you can get. It's about like $8 for a can, so I can just sit there and switch different colors and just have fun with it.
That's
'Cause I
cool.
don't want to have nothing just like permanent. So with my hair being
Yeah.
lighter, I can do whatever I want with it.
You guys
Right.
are
Cool.
dicks. I don't have any hair.
You
I can
have
spray.
a beard
I can spray it on
or
your
a
beard.
goatee.
Yeah, I can make you different colored beard, and it will stay. So you can have fun too. No.
I'm so disappointed.
What has my life come to?
Goat noises.
Who's your daddy?
Oh my god. So yeah, for future, if you want to do like purple hair, you can do the cool spray stuff too.
Right. Oh, I still got a lot of that dye left. Too,
Oh, do
so
ya?
I can redo it again if I really want to.
A lot of
I
fun.
did like it actually.
Yeah.
Quite a bit more than I thought that I would.
It's kind of funny because you know how people do like the resolutions and stuff. Well, I had like different goals or different things that I wanted to try, and it was like, oh, change my hair to many different colors, and that's like,
He's on it now.
yeah, I got the secret here, guys. But yeah, so it's funny when you find like those old notes or whatever you had written to like get done or you wanted to put on your bucket list. I'm like, oh, I done that. I did this. I did that. But yeah, this isn't about me. Anyway.
Actually, oh, no,
Oh, go ahead.
what do you mean it's not about you? It's your
You're my
podcast.
guest. But-
Be my guest. But no, actually that reminded me too, because like the bucket list stuff that you were talking about too. Another thing that we had planned on doing, which I don't want to fully spoil yet, but doing kind of more like donation kind of stuff and helping out people in more like foster homes, hospitals, stuff like that. I have a whole plan set for that. I'm kind of working on. I'm talking to people and trying to see what I can do for that.
We can't spoil it.
Mission. That was the word I was looking for earlier. Missions.
Though. Missions.
I'll explain later. Sorry, I told you 2 hours from now I would remember.
It's
Sorry.
just like,
Yeah, like what? No, but like missions or foster homes or hospitals and stuff like that. I want to do
maybe Serenity Cooperative.
Just saying, I
Uh,
did think about it, but I didn't want to like force
Oh.
myself.
Dang it!
Oh no, we're throwing you under the bus. Candy, we have a.
we need some. We need to do this. No,
but I don't know. I had some ideas, and I can talk to her about that on something
for
I had
sure.
planned. But I kind of want to keep it secret because I want to make videos of it. And the reason I want to do videos is kind of like what I was talking about before
Yeah.
for the Greatest Showman stuff. Pretty much for a while, I've been wanting to do like a toy donation or like clothing and stuff like that. And I have a creative way of doing it that I think will be a lot of fun. But to making videos out of it to try and inspire people to kind of do more of that, like locally, and to have more fun and be able to see reactions of like how kids and people react to those situations.
yeah.
Because I think that it will like inspire, because you know, like an act of kindness can inspire another,
for
and so
sure.
on and so on.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I think that that's the best way to kind of approach it, is not make video for that YouTube dollar or whatever, you know.
Right.
But going and doing it so
So
more
other people see it and they feel the the goodness of doing something
Yeah.
like that. You know, seeing just an act of kindness can help other people really get inspired to. You know, I think sometimes we get kind of caught up in the, oh, I can't do that. How could I do that?
Like
how
caught
could-
up, or
but if
oh,
you
it's a
see it,
hoax, you know, like
Right.
that kind of thing. Like they're
Yeah.
just trying to make money off of it or whatever.
right?
You know?
That's so crazy. I mean, yes,
mean,
people do.
it's normal nowadays.
It's true.
Yeah.
People do that stuff.
Yeah.
But if you see like legitly something that is good and there's a good message behind it, more people can be inspired by that. And I think that's a great idea.
And see, that's the thing for me too, is I'm the type of person where I don't get a lot of enjoyment from doing stuff for myself a lot, unless it's more like personal stuff. But making and seeing people happy and change and to see things and people working together and see change occurring, it's something that kind of motivates me to do a lot
Yeah.
of stuff. And I think that's kind of why I get burnout on YouTube sometimes, I will be honest, because it's helping people and providing entertainment, but I don't get to see the change, so it doesn't drive me as much sometimes.
Right.
Or I don't get to, like, I guess do more out of it. Like, I'm providing entertainment, I'm making people laugh, sure, or we're, you know, giving people something to do in their free time and feel like they have somebody to talk to. Because we do that a lot, even though we're goofy and crazy and we have sometimes no filter. But
Right.
we still talk with people. We have real talks a lot of times, even in the middle of a stream, you know, where
Yeah.
everything's really funny and then something happens and we're like, oh shit, you know, like do you want to talk about stuff and
Yeah.
whatnot. So like stuff like that's really cool, but doing more would, I think, feel like something, I guess.
Well,
Yeah,
it-
for sure.
And
Yeah.
that's the thing is you look at social media in general, and there's so much negativity,
There is. Or
And-
self-absorbed.
Oh, gosh.
self-loathing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
self-loathing and narcissism.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
It's one of the two spectrums is generally social media.
Yeah, it's disgusting. So when
Yeah.
you talk about different projects like A Million Dreams,
Yeah.
or you talk about the
They're like,
pro-
oh, he just wants to be in the spotlight. It's like, bitch, I ain't gonna probably be singing at all.
well, but that's my point though. Those are the different projects that we're all trying to get involved with and get off the ground.
Yeah.
So we have more than one person going, hey, look, we all collectively did this to something greater, not just, oh, look at me.
It's legit, like all the way
Indubitably.
around. Like
Yeah.
it's everybody coming together as
Yeah.
and trying to do better for a better world.
And
And
see-
I hate to say it like that because it sounds just so
We
like
are
cheesy,
the
but it's the truth.
world.
That makes sense, yeah. And
know.
like coming together, I mean, if you do that, there's other people that are going to see that and want to do the same. And hell, a lot of the problems why it's like local
right.
local towns
Words.
they struggle so much and that they have so many issues, in my opinion anyways, is because everybody gets so self-oriented that they don't work on the community and they don't work together, or because it's like that cult and faction
Mhm.
kind of feel in towns now, like small towns especially, because if you're not part of the normal thing, then you're not allowed to be here type of deal. And it's like,
Okay,
that's,
Footloose, chill out.
Footloose still the greatest movie ever.
you're not allowed to dance.
Just made me think of that. But anyway, you're right though. Like you're right.
Yeah, because it's like, I think that's what a lot of more communities need nowadays is
Mhm.
being able to actually work with each other and accept each other. And that's the thing. It doesn't matter about like the politics, doesn't matter about the religion, doesn't matter about all that, as long as you're not trying to freaking murder each other.
Right.
But like being able to work with each other and being able to accept each other regardless. Yeah, you can go and have a debate and argue and stuff like that, but in the end of the day, does that matter?
Right.
Like, yeah,
Exactly.
if you're gonna like be with the person as like a lover or something like that, that's kind of relevant.
Yeah.
But it's a different situation if you're gonna be friends or work together. It's something you just gotta kind of do, because there's no way we're gonna all be able to progress and be able to fix everything if we're always fighting each other.
Yeah.
So we can't talk about our Lord and Savior Cthulhu.
I thought it was Tachanka.
T'Chaka.
Wow, I'm way off the spectrum.
Yeah.
I'm over here. JC's in the
Or
house.
Stephen Hawking's.
Oh my gosh.
It's a Rainbow Six meme. There's this guy that has
Yeah.
this giant auto turret thing.
Mm.
He's just like mounted and loaded. He's a big Russian guy and he's got his big gun. And so it's a meme in there because he's the guy that always like takes out the enemy team, that he's like the Lord and Savior or whatever, right?
Ruska,
So-
Ruska, boom, boom.
Yeah.
But it really is though. Like there's so many different. We're all so different.
Yeah.
To come together to work on like a project, or you're gonna have people that are gonna bump heads, or there's people
Oh,
that are don't understand what it means to do something that big of a
Well,
project.
that's where
or,
a good leader or a good manager comes into
Mhm.
play, though, because they help guide and they help be able to have people see and accept each other regardless of the situation,
Right.
be able to focus on what the point is more than themselves.
Yep.
Because I think that's a problem a lot of times with people and groups and work and stuff, is because a lot of people are more focused on who and what they want, who they are and what they want out of it.
instead of what it is for the whole picture.
And that's
you
why I
know.
feel like a lot of people get so down on themselves working too, especially in factories and stuff, is because it's like, oh, well, I'm not going to amount to anything. It's like, oh, you're helping full foundations run.
Oh, yeah.
You
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's all part of the cog that's working, to get to the greater thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, we all kind of have to stop for a minute and go, okay, yeah, I may be just making this little teeny tiny thing, but it's part of this huge thing,
Yeah.
a big thing, collaboration. And it's interesting working with different people because you learn so much about not just how you work with others, but how they work as well. And it's like,
And
ooh,
different
it's fun to
aspects.
navigate sometimes.
Yeah. And like different
But-
aspects of their cultures or,
Mhm.
whoever, whatever their background is too.
Yeah.
It's a very different experience for everyone. So
But when you're done and you have that project and it's all completed, it's like, oh, wow. You see, you're
Yeah.
not more than just this little speck of thing that you're making. It's everything.
and
That's really cool when you can actually see something like that come to the light.
you might make a new friend out of it.
That's true. That happens. That happens.
Right?
In chat, Candy said, "We will talk soon, Dustin."
Oh no! Oh no!
Serenity. Yeah. Which
Somebody
I
cue
absolutely love.
the X-Files theme.
That's awesome.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Snoop Dogg.
I gotcha.
That was actually
Bum,
really
bum,
good.
bum, bum, bum. Yeah, I got your back. Don't worry.
For reason,
And you're
man.
worried about singing.
I'm not really, actually. I think it was just getting here to do, get back
Pushing
into
yourself
it.
to do it.
It's been a minute, though, since I've really actually sung or wrote anything, and it's like, okay,
Right.
it's time. I feel it.
I think that's like the biggest milestone sometimes is getting yourself to do the thing, though.
Mhm.
Because, like, I know, like, how we were talking earlier about, like, the recent projects and stuff that I've done. About I think it was like 3 months ago I stopped streaming just because I was burnt out and I wasn't having fun with it anymore. It wasn't what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I just recently jumped back on it, and you've seen that the
Yep.
other day. It just came
Yep.
back, and I actually had a lot of fun with it. And like, I think having a limit, like obviously moderation and everything, is going to help that out a lot. And then what type of stuff we're making as well, and what kind of scenarios and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, that was definitely something that I think I needed to have come back after a while, especially for it being months on end.
And I think too, like you said, learning when you're going and you're doing so much, like you don't realize how much you're doing until you do get burnt out, and then you're just
Yep.
like, all right, I need a minute.
Well,
So
then
to come
some-
back and be healthy about it and be like, okay, so I am back,
Yeah.
but I need time to have time to myself and then be able to stream for quality too.
Right.
When you're doing so much and putting so much out there, keeping up with the quality is hard when you're burnt out too. So
And sometimes it just doesn't feel too, after you've done so much, it doesn't feel like you've done anything because so much has happened, and maybe you haven't gotten to where you want to be. Because I know that was a thing that I've been fighting with for a little while now, and I've kind of talked a little bit about. But that's a really hard thing to kind of deal with. Like you've been, for example, for my side of the thing, right? Is I've been doing it YouTube and stuff for like 3 years, and to keep progressing and being able to improve and stuff like that, it feels good. But then when you don't see a lot of change from it, it's really hard to kind of accept that.
right.
And then to not be doing the things that you thought you were going to be doing, or the things that you want to do out of it, it's really hard to kind of get past that point.
Yeah.
And really hard to accept. And I think that's something that's been really driving me a lot lately. What?
We're insane people because we just do it because we can. I mean, we were talking about
Yeah.
how you were streaming like 3 times a day.
Yeah.
3 times a day,
That blew me. Like
5 days out of the week, I believe,
Which is
is what I
crazy.
used to do at one point. And I actually got a bladder infection out of it. That don't do that.
That's
I
insane.
I told Adam about that
Yeah.
because
Oh no, that it was worse than
It's-
that. But I'm not telling you the full
Oh, I
story.
know. Well, I've heard the story. I think before.
Oh,
like,
did I actually
we've-
tell you?
Yeah.
We've heard it.
Yeah.
Like I heard it
Oh,
before
shit.
off mic. But I explained to Adam, I'm like, you need to stop, because in the morning he'll fight with himself,
Yeah.
and all the while I'm laying there, I'm feeling this kicking on his side, and I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
do you have to go to the bathroom? Like, and he's like, yes, but I don't want to. You're gonna
Do
get
it.
an infection.
And
So
that
I
didn't-
tell him, you just get out.
Well, I'm
Wait till
gonna
you
say-
get my age and you piss yourself walking up the stairs.
Oh, you're so creepy.
All I'm gonna say is that bladder infection, and it's not gonna stay just in your bladder.
No.
It's
That's
real.
all I'm gonna leave it as.
Yeah, I explained,
So-
and he's just like, so now he growls at me. It's like, get up, go. You'll feel better, trust.
You sad, sad little man.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I peed on my toe.
What even?
I don't
Yeah, black screen.
cut off. We're done. But yeah, so I've been telling him that's a legit thing, please.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you're going and you're like streaming 3 times a day, for how many hours at a time would you go? It's crazy. Whenever.
Depends on how long the
Uh,
Viagra lasts.
Oh my god.
You think I need it?
No,
So,
You
no, we're
fool.
related. We have the same genetic disposition.
let's not discuss this now. Anyways, continuing.
What happened was free 99. I mean it.
I would be a rich man.
Me love you long time.
Yeah. No. What the fuck was I even talking about now?
Streaming for hours and how
Thank
long.
you.
You're
How long were
welcome.
you
Thank
streaming
you.
for?
I can bring
Okay.
it back. Don't worry.
Thank-
I gotcha.
Gosh.
Squirrel.
No, I would wake up at probably like 7 or 8, and then we would start at about 9 or 10, and then we would go for about 3 or 4 hours. We'd stop. We'd start another one, go for about 3 or 4 hours, and then stop, and then do another one till about 10 o'clock, and then 10 o'clock would be my cutoff time, and that would just be my day. And so it'd be like a full work day. You'd be sitting at the computer, you would start feeling burnt out about halfway
sure.
through, and then at the end of it, you'd be feeling good. The beginning of it, you're feeling good. The mid part's like the hardest stream to do out of all of it. At least for me, it was. But having like that constant upbeat kind of vibe you're supposed to have, that's hard. After about the 2 hour mark, it's really hard. And see, that's like the problem too, is we do a lot of recordings, and you know, people get the edited videos of like 15 minutes or so, you know, 20 minutes. And in actuality, that's like a 4 hour recording that we've cut up. And, you know, by the 2 hour mark, we're all wanting to probably kill each other. And
Pretty much.
So, I don't know. I would never wish or recommend that on anybody to do like that kind of stuff. I had worked 2 jobs before. I've done college before, and I've done all 3 of those together at one point. But I'm just saying, streaming is a lot more work than people anticipate that it is. And I mean, the amount of knowledge I've just shoved on you guys in the past 2 weeks. You know,
I'm walking funny.
Yeah. So, and that was stuff that I learned like during that time. And there was a couple things, you know, I've learned throughout that time. There's stuff you learn new every day, but it's like small little things. But the amount that you get from all of that, and that you have to continuously remember and pop out and keep on top of things and keep talking to everybody, and it's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot, and more work than I think than most people realize by far.
We were talking before about how it's literally become a full-time job, and we're like, we need to hang out outside of doing all of this crazy shit. So we
try playing games with you. You go to bed on me within an hour.
Because I'm so old.
Yeah, freaking.
He's been asked. I've had people ask me if he's my dad before. So yeah. Old man.
I mean, the other day I went and got a tattoo, right? Like a new tattoo. Yeah. And I had made a video on it, so I did do good that time. But I went and got a tattoo, and my nephew was there, and you know, he's quite a few years younger. And the guy at the desk goes, "So are you guys like the same age?" Or I'm like, "All right, motherfucker." Nah, don't look that young.
But that's a good thing as you get older. Trust me.
Yeah, that's what they all said. But the thing is, you know.
Yeah.
It's not a good look, you know, right now.
Yeah.
So being 22 and asking if you're a high schooler, it's not the best feeling.
Well,
so
yeah. I still get like
freaking dude over there.
Dude. That dude. He looks way older than what he is too. I always get confused. Not like super old. Don't feel like I'm being a jerk, but I do. Like, I forget totally sometimes. Like I'm like, oh shit, he's still in high school, and I completely forget that. I don't know.
It'll be okay. I promise.
Okay.
He encourages all the poor behavior, though.
He does. Okay. But it was like seeing a little kid when I brought that marshmallow bag in too. It was like, he's like 6 again. This is cute.
It was like with the little hugs.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, we'll work for juice boxes. And then he's like,
boxes.
Oh gosh, yes. Because I didn't know they were all for me. I was like, those were all for you.
Yeah.
My friend.
The things that can make somebody happy.
I know, right?
So crazy.
It's the small things in life, I'm saying. You know what's funny is the big stuff doesn't ever bother me, really, to be honest. And it's really weird. It's always the small stuff that means the most. And I think, like, growing up and stuff like that, there's always the small stuff that they're like, yo, you're not supposed to worry about that because, you know, it's not that important.
Don't sweat the small stuff.
Yeah, but then it's like, in actuality, it's the small stuff that's really the coolest thing and the most meaningful, in all honesty.
Aww.
And it's like, shut up. Don't be a boomer. Get out of here.
Let us adults talk.
No,
we're talking. We're talking real feels right here, man. You're breaking it down.
But yeah, I don't know. Like it's the big stuff that I think isn't so important in life. It's not the stuff that you're gonna really remember. I mean, you know, maybe somebody like passing away or something like that. You know, that type of stuff hits you. But
for sure.
You know, like the jobs and things like that. That stuff will pass, and like, you know, school and all that. That's all gonna pass. It's always like the small stuff that you always will remember in life the most. So I don't know. My opinion on it.
Breaking it down. What about you?
Having some real talks over here.
Real talk. It's grown ups.
I can't talk because the adults are talking.
God. That's all he took out of that. Like, I'm
such a 5-year-old.
I'm over here going, yeah, I feel that, man. I feel that. And we're just, you know, connecting on that. And that's what he takes away from it. I can always.
No, I was going with the pop punk band, all the small things.
Oh, Blink 182.
Yeah, see? No, you guys are busting my fucking balls.
Fucking
okay,
it.
boomer. God. Fucking God.
Man, I like those wind sounds. Can we get some more of those?
Yeah.
Wait.
The ASRM or whatever it is.
Give me a good nose sound effect. ASMR?
That's where we go. Yeah, that thing.
I do actually watch that. Do you ever just because I'm curious, do you actually get like the ASMR tingles? Thank you, somebody that gets it. Do you actually get the ASMR tingle stuff? I've had that throughout my entire life, and I never
Yeah.
knew what it was called until now.
Yeah, I haven't watched enough of the videos to really be
Well,
able to
even
tell
like
you.
before the videos, like when you it's gonna probably sound really
No.
weird, but back when I was in like elementary, there would be like the girls that would always like go and like comb through each other's hairs
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
And I would kind of feel that, like the tingle kind of effect from that. It was like watching the visual of it kind of was.
That makes sense.
I
What?
hear. Yes,
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
But
there you go.
I would get like a tingle feeling from that. I'm like,
Yeah.
huh. And then it's like, you watch the videos now where they're doing like the hair stuff, and I still get that feeling. I'm just like, okay, it all makes sense now, you
Right.
know. And it was never like a weird thing or anything like that, but it was just like, huh. And
Never
so-
understood what it
Yeah, what
it
it
was.
was, and
Yeah.
then now it kind of it comes full circle because there's like certain noises and stuff that'll do it for me too, but not like the
Right.
you know,
Yeah, that's
whatever.
kind of interesting.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I've listened to some of those, and like I've watched recently for me to kind of de-stress. I've been watching like the resin jewelry pour and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, and it really does help me.
that's
kinda
more like
chill.
the what is that called? There's a thing for that. It's not the ASMR thing.
It's something.
The,
It's something else, but that has been something that's kind of been cool for me to kind of chill out
Yeah.
too. And I know, like the one night I'm sitting there just watching them, and they just keep on rolling through, like your YouTube journey kind of deal. And I'm on Adam's
Did you get to the
YouTube
dark
channel.
Did you get to the dark side of the
I,
YouTube
I,
yet?
Not
Yes.
yet, no.
Oh,
But
okay.
he comes in, and I'm just sitting there, just like, but look at this, watch, watch this cool.
And then he's like,
What?
I don't get it.
Like, what's happening here? Like, this is what you've done all. But it wasn't like that. He was like, okay, so you're cool, you're happy. Yes. Okay.
Good for you.
But there's that, and then like, have you ever listened to any of the like binaural beats, or heard anything about that? That's not like that.
I'm sorry, Tony. I know you have an obsession with strip clubs, but we really need to have a talk about it. Do you want to talk about it now?
Do you wanna?
Do you just like the titty? Just one singular titty.
just one.
Left? Are you a left or a right guy?
He went to the black screen.
He's
here.
like, no more today.
No, but for those, like, I don't know what it was. I came after having my teeth pulled. I came
Yeah.
home, and there's that pain after everything wears off. And yes, I did take a pain pill to kind of chill out from it.
Just
But
take
I
an
put-
oxycodone.
But it didn't actually. It wasn't kicking in. Like nothing was kicking in. So
Yeah.
I put on one that was specifically for toothaches,
Okay.
and I just mellowed right out. It went off after the
So,
cutoff time. And
what does it sound like?
It's just like, I don't know. I'd have to play it for you.
Like you do like a
no,
quick example?
no, I can't. No, that is
Gosh
not what it
damn it.
sounds like. No, it's not. It's just
Karen,
like,
put
I
your
don't
tits
know.
away.
Like serene music. I don't know. It's just
So is it it's like kind of constant noise though, and it kind
Yeah.
of like goes okay.
like
Yeah,
a
I listened.
chill kind of.
I thought you were saying with like the beat that it
relaxing.
actually had kind of like a pulse beat to it.
There can be. There's like the theta beats or whatever that's in it too. But
Yeah.
it just when it went off, like it's weird because it felt like it started to hurt again, and then I was
Right.
like, oh no! And I put it back on, and I fell back asleep. I'm like, okay, maybe it was just in my head. I don't know, but for me, it helped.
right.
So I don't know.
I mean, I
It's kind
didn't-
of something like that.
I did need like those the serene musics and like the nature stuff for a little while to fall asleep during in like high school time,
Yeah.
but not so much now. Now it's just like I just pass out. Like I get into a mindset and I can go to sleep,
Oh.
but
I cannot.
I have to force myself.
I have to have like a
Same.
fan on.
Yeah.
Like the no noise in the room
Mhm.
drives me crazy.
I like water running. That's my
Or
thing.
yeah, or like tin roof, rain on tin roof. That one
Yeah.
I like, or thunderstorm, or yeah. I don't know. That's me. You just fall asleep to YouTube
Every time.
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah. Netflix or YouTube for you.
Pretty much. I mean,
Explosions going off in
can't.
the distance. He's just snoring away.
Anything, pretty much. Me
Yeah.
talking.
third world people.
Oh.
I'm done.
No, it's funny that you talk about that because it was what was it the Hertz 435 hertz or whatever it was, where they do like all the yoga and meditation stuff,
Right.
which is really weird because of course I'm one of those goofballs. We're like, all right, let's see if this shit actually works. So I hooked it up to one of those PA speakers.
You
And-
did not.
Yes, I did, and like put it right next to my head, and attempted to sleep that way.
Wow. You're
I don't think I
Well,
could do that.
But though, to be fair, when my dad and my brother used to practice it, or they have the band over to play,
Right.
me and my dad built a cabinet that was probably about this tall
Yeah.
and like 4 huge speakers, and I used to sleep next to it. So
Yep.
I mean, that's probably why I can't hear a lot now. Thanks, Dad. But
Yeah, when I put
but
on
I
these
would.
headphones today, that blasted my ears.
Oh yeah, for sure. But so I did fall asleep to that. So I mean, I
Right.
guess, but I was also really little too. So
Well, and when you go back and study history, like the Egyptians made pyramids that were to the body's frequency or whatever it was. So when you walk through them, it was supposed to heal your body and align your frequency the way it was supposed to be.
Right.
It's crazy stuff.
It's
One
all
of
that
those,
spiritual shit.
What are they called? The ones, like the prongs.
The tuning forks.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
and the
yeah.
bowls.
Yeah.
Have you
Yeah.
heard like that's kind of interesting too.
I like the ones that instrument that they have now where it has all the holes on it. The ding ding ding. Ding, ding. Yeah, I like that. That's really
it's
cool.
The hang drum or
Hang drum.
hand
Yeah.
pan or whatever. Oh my god.
Hand pan.
Hand pan.
One
They're
man
like-
hand pan.
But they're like $1,000 to $3,000.
It's because the way they're designed and the
That's I
material and
want
stuff.
one, and they only
And they
make a
only-
certain amount a year.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna say they
Yeah,
would make a
it's what's
certain
wrong.
amount.
But those are really cool. But that whole thing with the bowl and the tuning, oh my gosh,
You
we
ever s-
covered a booth for Stone Cottage Farm,
Yeah,
and they were doing that next to us in the other booth. And all of a sudden, like where I have the issue of the adrenal gland thing,
Mhm.
like I started having pain. I was like, I need to get away from this. What in the hell is happening?
Right.
And like when I got away from it, I was fine. But come to find out, the bigger the bowl or whatever, the more frequency that you're getting to whatever
Yep.
it is that needs to heal. And it was like killing me. I'm like, I'm out of here.
Can you do a concert then?
I can, but anxiety is awful at that. It's not. I don't really feel. It's kind of.
You don't feel the vibrations on that one?
No.
That's interesting because that's how I feel them.
Right.
Generally, I don't feel it through like stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting.
Yeah. Unfortunately, though, the anxiety factor at a concert's horrible.
Did you ever
Ooh.
you ever see that instrument that they had, that one where they like the thing sits over here and they have their hands, and the closer they get to it, the vibrations change, and so the frequency plays different? You ever see that before? Huh?
Is it the theremin?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called. Yeah.
Okay.
And so it's like in the way they do it, like the specific, even like the finger movements.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so that I don't know if you guys have ever heard that. That sounds really cool.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting
That's
instrument.
what they used for the intro of Good Vibrations, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Go back and listen to it.
All
That's
right.
cool. The more you know. Yeah. It's interesting though how music can affect and how it plays into with healing and mood and everything. Like I know there's been people like, well, what genre do you listen to? I listen to everything pretty
Yep.
much. It really depends on how I'm feeling. I don't really just cut off any kind of music. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna try listening to find out what I like. But there are certain people that only will stick to one kind of music, and that's
Yep.
it. It's interesting.
I like everything.
I do too.
Except
and being
for-
able to go to concerts has been cool, even though there's anxiety. But
Right.
what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, except for like opera stuff and like the nasty kind of rap where it just has no premise
Yeah.
to it, no
Yeah.
story or anything. It's
Shooting
boring.
them up.
You
And,
know it's hot out here for
Right.
me.
Yeah, exactly.
right,
And drugs and booze and women. Yeah.
right.
I'm over it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Fancy cars.
So you're not going straight out of Compton, huh?
Oh my god.
Nope. He's
Was that about strip clubs again?
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
See,
Yeah.
that was an 80s thing, though, because, growing up in the 80s, man, you saw it all.
I mean, you still
I
see it
wasn't
all. It's
that
kind of
old.
forced down your throat, whether you want it or not.
It's like
not really.
worse.
No, because
Yeah.
everybody's like all sensitive about shit,
I think it just wasn't so much talked about back then. People just kind of dealt with it because that's how it was. But
More
now that's so,
access.
now that it's all talked about, now it's very prominent, I think
Wow.
is a way to explain it.
Because I think like back in the 80s, I mean, we didn't have the world at our fingertips, like in our pocket every day, and,
Yeah,
and on
'cause all the-
social media,
Porn sites are free now.
everything,
Yeah.
everything coming at it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times it's if you don't want to see it, it's there, no matter what. It's always in conversation. It's always brought up by Tony.
Right.
Hey, Chris brings it up, too.
Yes, but Chris
Yeah,
hasn't been here.
That Chris guy over there.
The wrong kind of
Chris. Save me.
No.
He said the adults had to talk.
Oh my god.
Has to be like the Darth Vader
Oh.
no at the end of episode 3.
No.
Thoroughly. It was so bad.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of that kind of stuff, have you seen any recent movies or anything that you not spoiler, but you want to talk about?
Okay, this is probably going to be a very unpopular opinion. I actually enjoyed the newest Star Wars movie 100% unpopular opinion.
I've heard a lot of bad things.
Yeah, the plot line isn't what I liked about it, though. I think that's what a lot of people focus on because everything's very coincidental, right? Like everything just kind of works out, and it's really
Yeah.
meant. But like the lore and kind of like the background behind all of it is the part that really kind of draws me in because you've never seen like spiritual stuff before with the Force. I'm not going to spoil on why, but there's spiritual stuff with the Force in it. There's kind of like the teleportation aspect. There's a lot, and I mean, you've seen that in the previous 2 movies with Kylo and Rey being able to kind of interact and being able to get into each other's like world of where they are. So there's, I don't know, and like without spoiling things, there's a lot of things kind of that happen off camera, like how they did most of the movies, where there was a lot of plot. Like episode 2 goes straight into episode 3, and Grievous shows up out of nowhere, and there's no premise behind him whatsoever. Even though there's like the bounty hunter guy and like all this other, there's a lot of stuff that they didn't really show, but for people that are Star Wars fans, that was a really cool movie, especially having another spoiler I was going to say, especially having the end scene, if you get that.
There you go.
Wah, wah.
There's a new addition to something that was really cool to see because it confirmed something in the movie portion, not just in the animated series. So I thought that was pretty neat, being able to see that. So I guess I'm more of a lore and a story guy. So stuff like that's really cool.
Well, we were talking about that the first day you were here. With the Mandalorian.
Yes,
How-
really, really good because it's grungy.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's
a
not
great
like
series.
it's not like your normal Star Wars. It's really, really grungy and they don't really hold back on it, right? I mean, there's some cutesy moments because the Baby Yoda thing that's going.
Hashtag Baby Yoda.
It is the child. It is the child.
It's not Baby Yoda, it's the child.
Yeah, it's just because its
It
species
looks
is not named yet, so therefore everybody's
Gotcha.
like Baby Yoda. No, it's not.
Pikachu.
Yeah, exactly. So, but no, I mean, there's some I'll say a lot of cutesy moments with that, and some really felt stuff in it. But it's really grungy. There's betrayal. There's a lot of pretty gruesome moments,
It's
And
the
so
seedy underbelly of Star Wars.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's nice. It's like you know how DC is with their whole movie series right now, where everything's like also Marvel oriented, right? Except Marvel actually shows blood and stuff. But no, with DC they have their whole Titan series that they do right now. And the
Right.
first season was kind of garbage, but second season it's really, really good. But they show people's heads getting cut off and stuff in that too.
Okay.
So it's very brutal, and this is kind of like that esque genre. There's some stuff that happens in it, and
Yeah.
if you watch it, it's not that brutal, but it's really, really good.
Another one that you were talking about was the episode, or was the season? You. Oh my gosh.
Season 2.
You guys have
good.
not watched it yet. We are not going to spoil it, but I was
Yeah.
not expecting the
the ending. I know. Like
at
I
all.
had a suspicion at the beginning of the series. I'm not going to say what, but I
Right.
had a suspicion at the beginning of the series that what happened is what it turned out to be.
Yeah.
I had a suspicion about it, and I'm like, it would be really ironic and really cool, but I'll hold out on it.
Right.
And then last episode happens, and you're like, fuck.
Well, and it was funny because I have like a chat with my family, and my aunt was like, "Have you watched that yet?" And I'm like,
It's so good.
"Yeah, I started watching it." So then she messaged me out of the chat, and she's like, "Have you gotten to the end of season 2 yet?" And I'm like, "No." So then after I finally got there, she's like, "It's so good, but oh my god." So I messaged her, and I was like, "What did I just watch?"
They
You know.
really. I know we had already talked about that. They should have stopped it though.
Yeah.
Because season 3 has already been confirmed, but they should have stopped it.
Yes. Another one that I'm looking forward to is the Umbrella
Academy season 2.
Yeah. I'm
Did you
looking
actually
forward.
know? Who is it by? The singer.
I can't think. I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about.
the comic series was written by him.
Yeah.
Him and another guy, and it was like the lead singer of the Black Parade. Black Parade.
Can't think of
The
it.
song. Who is the artist?
No, it's gonna
Oh
drive me
my
crazy.
gosh. Anyways, the lead
Fail.
singer for that, and then another guy had actually written that series together, and it was really, I don't know, that whole ideal of that was really cool because a lead singer going into more stuff, not Jared Leto, but it's
I'm looking.
really that series. I don't know if you've watched Umbrella Academy. It's really, really good.
No.
It is really good.
No.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit spoofy and a
You-
little bit dorky, but
You
talking about Henry Rollins?
No.
what?
Henry Rollins. Oh, that's Black Flag. sorry.
Gerard
No.
Way?
Yeah,
Yes.
Gerard, yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
Yes, Black Parade though. That's the song, right?
Right. There we
Yeah.
go.
Okay. Cool.
Yep, My Chemical Romance.
I'm like, I'm not going crazy. I promise.
But the thing with Umbrella Academy is that a lot of things are predictable in it.
Yeah.
It's still really good, and I would watch it again and again. Because,
Although the ending was unexpected.
okay, yeah.
Everything up to that point was pretty expected.
Yeah, yeah, it was pretty expected, but I still thought it was really good, and
Yeah.
it's just another one of those, like you start watching it and it's like, okay, we gotta keep on watching. Like,
At least it's not
where
a
are we at?
Hallmark movie.
True, it's all predictable.
So have you started watching Outlander yet?
No,
It's
actually,
good too.
I just finished You, so I'm
Yeah.
at that
I
point.
did too, yeah, and I started Outlander a while back, and it's like I think I need to restart completely.
Yes, it's incredible. Well,
It
season
is.
5 is dropping February 19th.
Oh yeah,
You just watched the trailer for that today.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I've got like the huge thick books.
Yeah, there's like what,
Yes.
21 of them?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Diana Gabaldon is like a big time.
What? And they've
writer.
only just from the season 5 they're getting ready to drop. They're only like what, book 3, book 4?
Oh, yeah, and-
of what
Probably.
they're covering.
And I started listening to the audiobook for
Yes.
Outlander on
Yes.
YouTube, and I was 12 hours in, if that tells you, and I still wasn't. So when they took it off of YouTube, I was so I went back to my book, and I was only halfway through my book for the 12 hours. I was like, never gonna finish this.
Did you actually see too another random thing that Matrix and John Wick 4 are going to be releasing on the same day?
They better do a double feature,
Really?
damn it.
Yeah, the Matrix was it 5? Matrix 5 or
Matrix
Whatever,
4
yeah.
and John Wick
Wow.
4.
no? It's not Matrix 4. Matrix 4 they had already.
Yeah,
What?
5.
Was
Yeah,
Matrix
I
5?
think it's
I thought
5.
it was Matrix 4.
No,
I gotta catch up. I just gotta say that
But
because I think
wasn't
I've
that
only
an anim-
watched 2.
That
You
was
only
the
watched
anim-
2 of them, really?
Yeah.
What?
You're not missing much.
Hey, you're not wrong, but like after like the third one, it was kind of like, all right, yeah.
What was that movie that we
Annoying.
watched last night? 23 something.
Defiance or something like
No,
that.
no, no, it was like the-
2039 or
Yeah, 2007 or some shit
something
like
about
that.
like the Arctic
Yeah.
freezing over.
Only it was in Arizona, and it was like this post-apocalyptic.
It was
uh,
like Detroit Become Human, but not.
Yeah,
And it's except it was kind of painful. Like I don't know. It was really spoofy and not. I mean, the animations and stuff were cool, but it just wasn't. It wasn't it, Chief.
Do you have Disney Plus?
For a week when I watched Mandalorian.
Oh, okay,
For my
gotcha.
free 7-day
Well,
trial,
that's the
sponsored
thing, too.
possibly.
Yeah. So on there's another show called Togo, and if you get a chance to watch that, you can rent it too. It's actually really good. My dad was talking about it, and it was the dog sledding. It's about
Oh yeah.
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 he was talking. He's like, you guys got to watch this. You got to watch this. What's that?
In
Yes.
Togo. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I'm not gonna ruin it.
Okay.
Don't worry.
So
But he kept on talking about how I needed to watch this because my dad used to do dog sledding and all
Yeah.
that stuff, and
Yeah.
we actually sat down and watched it, and it was so good.
so,
So good.
William Dafoe, right?
Yeah.
Why has he not played the Joker yet?
Oh,
Well,
We need to seriously make this happen because, well, he's got that fucked up smile.
yeah. And he's got the sharp pointy nose too in the chin.
Right.
So
yeah,
I mean,
from being like
okay.
reasonable and everything to totally insane.
yeah.
go back and watch what was it, the first Spider-Man?
Spider-Man, yeah, with Green
Yes.
Goblin.
Okay, right,
Harry Osborn.
right.
Creepy.
Or no, Norman Osborn, sorry. My
Yeah,
Um,
bad.
and all of that was one fucking take.
yeah.
that's crazy.
Insane.
Yeah.
Crazy. Speaking of shows,
Yes.
14th of February, we've got Mitch Gill's Get a Room Comedy Club.
On
Nope, that's the old one.
Valentine's Day.
On Valentine's Day. Yeah,
Ever since Mitch chucked it when we did the after show,
yeah.
I can't find the
It's
damn
up there.
copy
It's
of it.
by Hope.
No, that's not it.
This is
That's
not.
not
That's
it.
New
Oh,
Year's.
it's
No.
not. I think he took it with him.
Ah,
Anyway, it's February 14th. The doors open up at 6. That's at Brentwood. The show starts at 8. You'll want to call and reserve your table if you have 8 or more. You can get your tickets at the door or get a hold of Mitch himself on Facebook to get your tickets. They're still $15 even if you get them early, but it fills up faster, especially on a Hallmark holiday or you know what I mean.
where you
Yeah.
get VD.
But, oh my God. So you'll want to get a hold of him, get your tickets early. We will probably have a chance coming up to win some tickets. He usually gives us about 2 tickets to pass out or that you can win. So
You'll win
keep watching. Yeah, keep watching so you can get those.
Ooh.
Ooh, ooh. It's a lot of fun. A lot of laughs. So I just wanted to put that out there before we end the show.
Is it that
So
time
it
already?
is actually past that time.
Gross.
It's
I didn't
9:30.
stop it early. In your
Keep on
face.
cruising.
So, so if you guys haven't had fun hanging out with us, we will be back next Thursday. We have some special guests that are coming up as well.
Yes.
Other special guests, not specialer than you.
Suck up.
I was gonna say nice backpedal, Heather.
Thank you, thank you.
So yeah,
But if you want to check out Dustin's channels, go check him out. He is everywhere on the interwebs.
The social media.
On the social medias.
I was gonna say, did you actually put it in the description? Do you
Yes.
remember? Oh, he did.
all of the social
You're
medias.
gonna have to delete that off your stream now afterwards, though.
Yeah, don't forget that.
Fuck.
Otherwise, we're going to be riding your coattails for a while.
We are not above shameless promotion. I'm just throwing that out there.
Nope.
Yeah. Although
'Cause-
I got to fix some of those social media sources, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, like we were talking about going through all this stuff, we are on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram,
Mhm.
Facebook, and there was one more. What the hell was it?
YouTube?
Yes, YouTube. Follow us on all of that shit. Like, go.
Also,
don't make this weird.
You forgot. We are also re-aired on solidstateradio.net. You guys
Shit,
can go
yes.
check
Adam
them out.
and Sean.
Adam and Sean, go check them out. They have a lot of different podcasts that you can tune into, all kinds of things for everybody. There's some kind
Yeah.
of or show for you over there. Go check them out, like them, share them, support them,
Yes.
and go check out their free shows that they do. Solid State at the Picks,
Live at the Picks.
live at the Picks. That's going to be coming up again. There's a band and a comedian, so it's free entertainment. Go check it out
Absolutely.
and support local.
Got
Or-
support.
Also,
local.
did you guys get set up that donations button for
Yes.
Streamlabs?
I
Yes.
did not know this.
Did you?
No.
Yes.
Oh,
It's
yes.
there. It's in there.
Oh, okay.
It's in-
So I
sure.
didn't. I wasn't aware.
And you can also donate
And you can also donate
Yes.
to either of us.
to all of this. So
Please,
thank
sir,
you.
may I have some more?
Please.
Thank you guys for tuning in, hanging out with us every Thursday. I keep on telling you that Chris will be back. I promise you, we have not hid him in the basement or anything.
We're in the basement.
We are in the basement. So keep on tuning in.
Doing a podcast, man.
Keep tuning in. We like having you guys hanging out and talking with us live in chat as well. So have a good night, and we'll see you next Thursday.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and do all of that social media stuff. Go check out The Unknown Artist on YouTube.
Hell yeah.
And everywhere else you can.
Stay positive, stay creative.
Da 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 da.